Hello, 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 hello. Ah! There he is. Good afternoon. Thank you for joining me. My name is Jonny Hanson, and these are my lofty thoughts. And there's only one camera. There's only going to be one camera today because Andy he accepted an offer on his house. That means that boy moving, and he was already accepted on the other house. So everything is perfect, and we're going to do a studio there. We're going to have everything in a fixed studio for the UPD, the Untrained Philosophical Discussionist podcast. We'll have everything at his house in that centralized location, and then we'll be able to I'll just do mine here by myself. I got some new equipment coming, some cheaper stuff. He'll have all the real expensive, nice stuff, and then I'll just have to build up the old lofty, on the scraps, the table scraps of UPD. That's just how it's going to have to be. But I like the little lofty that could. She's a little choo-choo train, I think, and I have fun here, and I don't care. And I get to exercise some other parts of my brain that aren't just strictly, gosh, what are we doing over there? We're just really trying to be honest. We're trying to be honest. We're trying to be honorable to God. I hope that's what is being received by those that view it. We're trying to expose those dark spots of our own hearts to the light so that it'll inspire others to do the same. Because in the light is where you find freedom from, the things of the past. I'm so excited for this week's because I have such a great story to tell, and I'm not going to say anything here because this will come out so much later it wouldn't make sense. This thing is this is episode 62, by the way. Thank you for joining me again. I'm currently 14 weeks ahead of UPD with this thing, just because I can do this on my own time. I do these in the morning, in the afternoon. I do them overnight. My homie Nick was like, you're moving to 3 times a week, huh? Actually, I sought his counsel on it. He's a very smart guy, and I respect him. And he said, you want to do that? And he goes, and I said, yes. And I might already went through this, but he said, well, you just have to remain consistent with it. And I said, well, thinking of things won't be a problem because all I do is think and then come up with these little stories, and that's where this is at. So let's see. Oh my gosh. I'm just going to tell you this one. This one's cool. There's this dude, Danny Carey. Danny Carey's the drummer for a band called Tool. Tool is I guess you'd call them progressive metal. That's what people would say probably about their music. It's phenomenal. They're an excellent band if you're not familiar. Gosh, if you're listening to this, if you're here hanging out and you haven't heard of the band Tool, what country are you from? Are you the Argentinian who listens? Because, Tool, go look them up. Anyways, a lot of their music is formed through mathematics. Okay, all music is formed in mathematics, right? But they use math in weird ways and weird time signatures, to make their songs just very interesting and create depth to the song. And their drummer is one of the most skilled drummers on the planet, probably. And he was talking about this guy, Robert C. Ludwig. Now, Ludwig, you've heard of Ludwig. Everybody's heard of Ludwig. Ludwig makes all kinds of stereo equipment for musicians. This guy, he was sitting with this, Danny Carey and Robert are sitting one time and they're running this album through, and Danny's all excited because this guy's such a big deal in the business. And he's listening, he's grooving, and they listen to this whole track through, and he goes, man, it sounds really great. And he goes, it's too bad that the left lower snare drum, that screw was loose, huh? And he just looks Danny Carey in the eye. And Danny was like, what? How did you know that? You're talking about an entire song is playing. This guy's brain his brain is, and he's the best of all time to do this. He's the engineering master. Nobody's ever been better, apparently. His ability to hear all the little sounds in audio is unmatched by anybody, and he could hear one screw. Now, to help you understand this. Like, God, how many screws are even on any one of those drums? Jeez Louise, I suppose the size of the drum matters, but like Toby's drums would have 18 or 20 or something screw tightens all around it, because you always want everything evenly calibrated all the way around the drum so you get the best sound. So that guy heard one screw loose on one drum head on a, oh my gosh, probably in the 70s of drum components of this guy's drum kit, because it's just massive. And because he plays every little thing if you listen to the music. This guy's tremendously talented. And this guy just, his stuff is perfect. I love that. I love little things like that. I don't have to go into the big history of everything else about him. I just love that somehow that's how his brain works. And it's just so neat, because it does go to show you that each one of us has a little spark. You have your spark too, and I have my spark, whatever the heck that is. And some people just, like, from probably a very early age, just have a little more of whatever their thing is, and it's almost a superpower. I bet we'd call it a superpower if we didn't think of, like, you know, Superman or Wolverine or something as the actual superpowers. Because, I mean, technically this guy has a superpower, and I think you can develop superpowers. What do you mean? Well, if you are someone who's skilled at something, then you have a gift for it, an unnaturally good gift for it, let's say Michael Jordan, and then all you do is that all the time, and it's all you think about, and it steals everything else from you, but you become just this unbelievable phenom of it. You know, we see it in different times, in different venues too. Throughout life, you've got, like, Da Vinci. It's like, what did that guy do? He did everything. That guy was crazy. I don't mean crazy in a bad way. I'm saying that as, like, genius. He just involved in everything. He did drawings and writings, and he was an inventor, and it's just like, it just never ends, because there are these humans that just are inspired, I guess. That guy was just inspired, and he revolutionized and changed music. And then, you know, Da Vinci revolutionized and changed many things, I suppose. And gosh, anyways, I just thought that was so cool that guy had that, so I want to share that with you. Ooh, okay. So, I feel bad because I might have already told this one before, but, well, here we are anyways, and if it's told exactly the same way, you'll understand that it's the exact same story, because that's how it would be. That's how I remember it. Pardon me, excuse me. So, I was thinking of, I bought a second set of headphones for my buddy Andy. Because, see, he goes, I want everything to be very uniform. I think we should have the exact same kind of stuff. And I go, yeah, I feel that. That's smart. We should do that. It should seem like we're playing in the same, you know, arena. We're playing for the same team, same jerseys. We, you know, don't have jerseys, but the headphones would at least work in substitute of that. So we got these AKGs. I don't know if they're great or not. I don't care. They work great for us and what we're trying to do. And this was another one of those Facebook Marketplace purchases. Oh my God. I have to go to Orlando. I have to go to downtown Orlando, right off Lake Eola. And there's a bank there, and this person, and I you know, the thing is I bought it and I didn't look at the name. I didn't know the name. I didn't look. I didn't care to look. I just thought, whoever, they got the thing that I want, and they didn't even have a picture of themselves. Most people don't anymore. So you just kind of make a place, and then you hope it all works out. So I get some cash, and I go down to this place. And it wasn't much money. It was like $50. And this person says, we're texting back and forth as I'm getting closer, like, hey, I'll be there in 8 minutes. And the person says, park in the parking lot. All right, cool. So I pull in, and right as I'm pulling, I said, red truck, pulling in now. Sent that off, and then I pull into a spot, and I just sit there. And then immediately a message comes through, I'm also in the parking lot, and then sends a picture pointing towards a clock tower thing that they're, now I'm thinking that's so weird, like pointing towards this clock tower that's over there. And I was like, and just all the picture is like, this person took their camera, and then had their finger pointing at a clock tower and went, and they took the picture that way. Maybe you just tell me what you look like. I guess, I don't know. I'm on a bicycle, or I'm, flying in a hovercraft, whatever. Or they could have described themselves, which would have been the most helpful, frankly, and you'll find out why. I jump out, and it's 9:30 in the morning on a Thursday. Busy, a lot of business already happening on this Thursday. A lot of people out there. I pull in the parking lot. I jump out of the truck, and I'm looking around to see if I see like some business people, and I see a couple of guys kind of staring off and looking around. Then there's another guy, and he's got a bag, and he's kind of like looking around, like, and I'm wondering, what the heck is this? Who is this person? I'm kind of like looking to put my hand in the air at any point in time. You been there? Yeah, I look around, and then all of a sudden, 6 feet from me, literally 6 feet, right there, right bloody there. There's nobody within that 6 feet perimeter. This is the closest human to me. Everybody else is much further away. There is a human on a city moped thing, the little scooter ones, that they push, but they're electric, and you pay like $1, and then it unlocks them, and then you throw it on the ground later, I guess. I don't know what they're doing down there. They're all smashed and on the side. So clearly people pay for them and then just smash them on the ground. I don't know why. Why don't you just make them look nice, or just use them, and then just, when it's done, be done with it? Why do you have to throw it down? I don't understand that. I never did anything like that. I knew people that did when I was a kid, buddies, and I would always like try to shame them. Because I just always thought, like, I would love to have that thing that you're just breaking. And in fact, when I use it, I always take care of it. That's just me, whatever. So one of those scooters is a I don't know. I honestly don't know. Now you're gonna say I'm being a jerk. I'm not. I don't know which direction this individual is heading. The person said their name was Faye. Like a fairy Faye, I think. Covered head to toe in, rainbow, like bright rainbow stuff, and a lot of bracelets, lots of stuff hanging from the body. Wallet hanging, phone hanging. Everything was like tethered to this individual. And then there was like, they had, I'm just gonna keep saying they, I think, because I don't know. Maybe that's why they want you to say they, is because you don't know. Because I don't know. All right, fine. I don't care. If you're gonna, here's the deal. Actually, let's meet here. See, this person I think actually represents the they of the they. Now, if I see some person in the Starbucks that completely shows female, and I say, yes, ma'am, and then you go, I'm a man. I go, okay, well, how would I know? I don't know that. You're showing this other way. I'm so sorry. I'm not trying to be a jerk to you. I just don't know. Gosh, chill out. Oof. This person's actually doing it because they have a mask. The mask is also rainbow. And it said love. And they had a big hat that was rainbow. Shirt was rainbow. They did have a white shirt on, but the rainbow shirt over it. You could see the white sleeves. And there was just so many different things hanging. It was like flare. Like this person was flared. And they had the bag, and they were just staring at me. 6 feet away. And I looked around for 12 seconds, 14 seconds maybe. That's a long time. Think about it. If we sat here and I just was silent for 14 seconds, you'd change channels. You'd think the podcast was broken. For real, you for sure would. 14 seconds is so long. Count it sometime by yourself. Or pause this for 14 seconds, turn it back on. See, that was a long time. I can't. So what it felt like to me is twice they could have intercepted my gaze and done anything, moved. See, because they look like a bloody statue. I swear, I know this sounds so bad, but it looked just perfectly like a they statue, with a cart just standing there. that I think I just looked past it because I couldn't imagine anybody dressed like that. I know, I'm sorry. I just couldn't. I'm very muted. I'm always muted. Check me. Check the tapes. Who's the most muted guy in the area I live? It's this guy. Always. I'm not bright. I don't care for that stuff. This person did. Wow. Not interested for me, though. Anyways, I go, oh, are you... I'm the guy with the red truck. Because I didn't know the name right then. I didn't have my phone out. So I'm just like, I didn't know that the name was Faye. I looked up afterwards. So, my gosh. So Faye then says, that quiet. I'm too far away to even hear that response. But there was like a kind of a movement with it. Because again, mask and glasses. Mask and glasses. I should mention that too. So it's like, yeah, all right. And they start like pulling this bag off and then like moving, but they moved like very slow and never took their eyes off me. I don't know if they thought I was going to hurt them. I for sure wouldn't. I never would. I do look menacing sometimes, I'm told. I'm not trying to be. Certainly not anymore. I don't have any reason to be. But boy, they must have thought that, I suppose. Okay, that make more sense. Anyways, they probably thought this person's here to kill me. I'm not. No problem. I don't care what you want to do with yourself. Just don't make me do anything I don't want to do with myself. How's that? No problem. So I go, oh, all right, great. And everything's cool with these? Uh-huh. All right. Well, here's the $50 then. Thank you very much. Here's an extra cord. All right. An extra cord? Appreciate it. Yeah, I'm moving. I don't need it. Okay. All right. Thank you so much. That concludes this thing then, I suppose. Be well. Appreciate you. Turn through the truck. And you know who doesn't know that story yet? And I had to wait a couple of weeks. I wrote it down and then I tried to forget about it for a while. So that's why I don't think I've talked about this. I kind of hope I haven't. I didn't tell him. So these are Dandy Andy's. Dandy Andy and his headphones. His trans headphones. Hey, live your best life, homie. Nice house. Oh man, everybody else got to think. You all probably think me and Andy don't like each other because I always talk crap. I wish he had a podcast. He goes, I couldn't talk to myself that long. I go, you could. He goes, no. That's a you thing. Maybe you're right. Maybe he's right. But he'd talk crap about me too. In a funny way. This is funny to us. This is, if you're a woman that you watch this and you're like, these guys are mean. I don't think so. I think we're great. I think it's perfect. I think it's a great balance between teasing and truth. Because guys need that. You need to be teased a little bit because you need to realize that you're not perfect. And your buddies will tease the perfect out of you. They'll let you know you're not perfect every single time. Your good buddies will. They should. That's their job. They're supposed to. They're testing your ability and your strength under fire. So when your homies are giving you, when your buddies being slick, what's always the best response? When somebody else is being mad and you're just funny and you're just laid back and ain't bugging you. And that's the coolest guy. Everybody looks towards that guy. And you're working on that with your homies. So when like your homie's teasing you and you say something slick back and you don't let it get to your heart, you don't let it bother you because you know it ain't true because it's your homie. Then when you hear that out in the streets too, then you don't let it get at you and you got a slick comeback because you already said a slick comeback to your homie. That's what it's all about. So we're always just testing ourselves. And that's what we're doing. But I like saying crap about him. And he laughs when I tell him. I always tell him the episodes where I go, hey man, I said some crap about you. You should listen. He goes, all right. And then he'll call me later on. We'll joke about it. It's true. So trans headphone purchase. Where are we at time-wise? We doing okay? Just shy of 20. Great job, guys. Okay, so. Oh gosh, this one's a big one. we might have to wait up. There's two like huge ones. I want to do. All right, I'm gonna go to this other one because I want to do a conspiratorial one next one. So conspiratorial episode 63, I think, because I want to talk about this recent Trump shooter, but not because. Hold on, everybody, calm down. I didn't want to talk about it from an angle. If you've listened to the show, this is an angle nobody else I've heard has had on just the shooter, not anything else. It's just the shooter. That's the interesting thing. So we're just going to talk about that guy and what I found out quickly about him. That's it. And then it might not even be true anymore. So who cares? All right. So everybody just chill out with your politics. Nobody's political here. Not here. Here we're not. I don't care about that. And I want to talk about these exploding pagers in Lebanon. Oh, can we please? Oh my gosh, I watched it in horror as someone who thinks their government doesn't have their best position in mind all the time. I've thought of some things that now become even more scary when you think about them. So this is fun. This will be an interesting and terrifying one. Maybe we'll do a good night or don't sleep again lofty thoughts. And I would like to conclude today giving a quick shout out to a nice Latin man who works at the Mid-Florida Credit Union in Longwood, Florida. He's a great guy. He's one of my bankers. My wife goes in there all the time, and he always is nice. This is not a promo. They don't care. They probably hate that I said anything. But it's who he is that I wanted to talk about quickly, because he is, man, he's always bright. I've never come in there and had him be, everybody has a bad day, sure, but like I've never seen this guy affected by that. And I've been going in there for years and years and years and years and years for my business. So, oops. He always remembers, my name, the business. He asked me about the business. He's always has another curious question about the business. When my wife goes in there, he does the same thing. I've heard him do it with other people. And this guy has went from just a bank teller to the front house manager guy. And he always still comes around. Oh, Mr. Hanson, how are you? So nice to see you. Gosh, how's your son? Yeah? You want to take him my candy? Just a nice guy. They'll always get our business. I love that about that dude. I'm not going to say his name because, that's not my place to do, but he's just an awesome guy who always, man, that guy, I don't know, I would love to at some point in time catch him outside of there and just have a conversation with him, and maybe in a different lifetime something like this would happen. But what I would say is like, and maybe I will, who knows? Who do you feel like you're working for when you work each day? And you might go, what do you mean? And I go, well, we all work for something, and I work for my family. I think I work for the betterment of my family and for the future of my family, I suppose. Who or what do you work for? And I'm told biblically I'm supposed to, and here's me UPDing again. We're told in the Bible that we should be working for God. By the way, if you do that, that's the easiest work you'll ever do, and probably the best wages you'll ever get. I'd imagine. I'm trying to. It's very hard. Hey, take enjoyment no matter what work you're doing, says God, because you're doing it for me. And I go, oh, okay. You see, I've caught my piss out of my hand there, God, for you. All right. Sorry. Anyways, this guy's always just pleasant, and he's always nice, and he always remembers everybody. And I just like a guy like that. It's a guy that I just wonder what winds your gears up? What do you do for a vacation, buddy? Do you get vacations? And you got a I know he's got a family. So what do you guys do for that? How do you recharge your battery, man? Because your battery always just seems to be pretty darn full. And I like that about you, and I'd like to fill my battery that way. And he's got some advice. So that's where we're going to leave her today. That was a cool thought, I think, at the end. And boy, I thank you so much for joining me. Again, my name is Jonny Hanson, and these were my lofty thoughts. And I just pray you have a deep and a fulfilling relationship with Jesus, and that he blesses you all the days of your life. Have a great afternoon. Thanks again.